Welcome or welcome back to Laura's Design Studio. We're going to play with some Gothic-ish kind of stuff today. There's some colors that I haven't tried that I do want to try. And we're going to do, I pulled out some molds. I have a pumpkin mold. Now this one is stained from blue, but that won't matter. It's not going to transfer. I do have the rose jar pulled out, and I have the big utensil, pencil holder, makeup brush holder, whatever you want it to be. Right now I have mixed up 16 ounces of Craftor 1:1. You can see I did not put this in. This isn't a mixer. I've been hand mixing it. You can see how absolutely crystal clear that is. Just me mixing it by hand. And I am not a gentle mixer. No, no, no. I like it to go fast. But with Craftor, I can do that. I have a debubbler that I tested, and it was a very good debubbler. I had nothing against it. I tested it with a resin other than Craftor because I wanted to see, because with Craftor, I don't get hardly any bubbles at all. I mean, if I get a bubble in something, it's my fault because I didn't get under a rim, forgot to get under a rim, something like that. So I don't have a bubble problem with Craftor. So I'm being lazy, one less thing to clean the mixer, you know. And because I know I can get away with doing this. I've done all my clear skulls that I was doing. Those were all hand mixed. That was before I had a mixer and a debubbler, and believe me, crystal clear. So we are going to just mix this up a little bit longer, but you see there's no striations or anything in this. And I think we'll start out with what I'll start out with is the utensil holder. I know that this takes 10 ounces exactly. So let me just move the camera a little bit so you guys can see. I do have some extra molds pulled out, picture frames like that, and then it came with roses. These 4 molds came together. So you got a round roses, you got a little single, you've got these little ones, and then you have the bigger picture frame. So I haven't used those yet. We're going to use those if we have extras. I think I want to do this one in, I think I'm going to go black and gold. Yep, black and gold for this holder. Now I took one of mine that I did, that Gothic black and red one that I did. I took that when I had my infusion yesterday, and I gave it to my infusion nurse. She's leaving. They're moving to Houston because her husband is gonna be out of the military come August. So yesterday was her last day. She already has a job in Houston, and she'll be going there before he's out. They already found a house and everything. So she'll be back and forth, but I won't see her anymore even when I go back in 2 weeks. She was done yesterday, so that's sad. Don't know what kind of infusion nurse we're going to have next. They hired somebody, but I guess I'll see in 2 weeks. Hopefully she's as good as Allison has been, because I've had trouble with infusion nurses in the past not being able to hit a vein. Hopefully this one will be able to hit a vein. Alright, so we're going to pour this. I'm going to let me see how many ounces I have left in here. Oh, okay, we need more. A little bit more in each. That'll leave me 6 ounces in here. And this was the easy one to start with because I know exactly how much it takes. Okay, I think we're good. I am gonna set this hopefully where I won't spill it. Right back there. Now, we are going to do. Now, I've said this before, said this many times in videos, but I will go over it one more time. Yes, I do not wear gloves or a mask. I'm not anti-PPE. I encourage everybody to wear their PPE. My problem is I can't wear a mask because something around my face freaks me out terribly. And I also, and I don't wear gloves because I have severe neuropathy in my extremities. Oh no, not black in both. Okay. Well, that's what I get for talking and not paying attention. That's okay. We're gonna try and do this. Okay. Hopefully I can get the gold to be gold without the black. Okay. So I have severe neuropathy in my extremities. So wearing gloves, I cannot feel anything, and that is not good. The last thing I need is to drop resin because I can't feel if I'm holding the cup or not. I have in the past broken a wine glass in my hand because I can't feel how tight I am gripping something. And if I do that with resin, well, talk about a mess and all over. No, I cannot take those chances. So I've been working with resin for a good 7+ years now. And I know what to do to stay, you know, as safe as I possibly can be. And what I do is I always have alcohol, paper towels, and baby wipes. I try to touch resin as least as I can. And if I do get some resin on my hands, I immediately spray my hands with 99% alcohol and get it off. And I have not been allergic to resins as long as, and I stick to parameters of no odor, no VOCs, all that good stuff. I like my resin food safe. And that way I can do this as safe as I can be by not, you know, having a mess because I don't know how hard or not, or I'm not gripping something and end up with resin all over me, my clothes, my skin. That would just be a bigger hazard. So I try to be very careful. I always have plenty of paper towels and baby wipes. There we go. This is looking good. I almost want to put a little bit more in there, but I am going to put a little. I'm running low. I'm going to order this black luster again. Definitely. You guys know I use a lot of black, so everything will be listed in the description box. Bond Craftor items. Yes, they sell it on Amazon. I have a discount code in the description, but that discount code is only going to work on their website. Now, I specifically asked the person that I deal with if how long their shipping was. Now, I was told that it's amazingly 5 to 7 days for delivery. Now I will be testing that out myself. I haven't bought anything off of directly from their website yet. So because the casting powder is out of stock, because they only sent 300 units to Amazon for a test run, it's not available on Amazon. But I need some more because I've used the 2 that I already did, and because I had bought 2 myself. No, they did not send me those 2. I bought them because, and I bought them before they were even at Amazon. I had them purchased ahead of time. The listing was on Amazon, but it was not there yet. So now that Amazon doesn't have any, I'm gonna have to go to their website and purchase, which I will be doing this coming week. And then I'll be able to verify for sure for you guys what I got it from, how long it took me to get it from their website. That way, if you want to order, you can use my 20% discount. You'll know exactly, well, not exactly, of course, because I'm in Texas, but you'll get a general idea of how their shipping works from their website. Remember, they have new products that they're sending to Amazon here. They're not listed on Amazon yet, so I know that they're not available at this point. But this, within the next couple weeks, They will have black epoxy available, and they will have more hardness and viscosities for resins. And they're also coming out with their own squishy kit. So as soon as those are available, believe me when I say I will be ordering them without hesitation. Everything that I've ever gotten from Craftor is top notch. You guys know I am exclusive to Craftor except for if it's a product they didn't have. Like in the past, I have used Perfect Plaster and ChangtikeJI Resin because at that time they did not have their own casting powder. Okay. Can fit a little bit more. Yep, right on the money. Ten ounces. And that is domed. I should have put this on a paper towel, but I'm going to move this back. Make sure that the lid, the supports are in their proper position. That way you don't have any run over. Okay, we're gonna leave that one there. And we are going to do the next one, which I like to reuse my cups and everything. So, I'm gonna wipe these off. And I'm gonna wipe out this gold one. This is how I clean cups. I take a baby wipe everything out of it, and then spray it with 99% alcohol and take any remaining out. Just making sure I don't, nope, nothing's over there. Okay, good. I am normally not a gold person, but I did want to try out that with the black and gold. Okay, so we have 6 ounces left here. I'm just going to split it. We're going to split 3 and 3. Maybe I should do the pumpkin next. Because I want to say this takes over 6 ounces. And I don't know exactly about the pumpkin, but I guess we'll find out. Don't spill the resin. Okay. Grab. Let me pull that off. Wipe off my hands. I love watching resin work. Yeah, okay. Nothing's coming over the sides. We're all good. Okay. We're going to do the black and the orange. Ooh, I'm running so low on black. And we're going to do this orange. Okay. Stir up this black. I didn't clean out the black cut because I knew I was going to use black again, and we're running low on black powder. So. And these mica powders, they mix into resin so nice. Okay. Mix up our orange. Try to tap that orange down. There we go. Okay. We're gonna do the lid. Make sure you get the stem filled. I'm gonna squeeze it, try and get any bubbles out. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna set it back here and top it off because I don't want to have to move that when it's full. sure all of its little supports are out properly. There we go. Now for the pumpkin itself. It's been stained with blue, but it should be fine because it won't transfer. So, here we go. I'm not a big bling person or anything like that. I don't use a lot of glitter. I hate glitter. The only kind of glitter I will use is the ultra fine stuff. If I use a glitter, I try and use a cup that's been used a couple of times because I do reuse my cups. And then I throw that damn one away because guess what? Glitter is it's a beast to get out of cups. So might not have enough. Might have to top this one off because we are going to do the rose jar also. So I will probably pause you guys. Mix up some more resin. If I had my way, I would do nothing but Gothic and Halloween all the times. All the time. I try and do other stuff for you guys, but my heart lies with the Gothic. Probably mix up 10 ounces, 12 ounces. We'll mix up 12 more ounces because I know that rose jar takes over 6. I want to say it takes 8. And I need to top this one off. And if we have any leftovers, we will do some of those frames. So, okay. I'm going to just set this over to the side. I'm going to spray everything with alcohol. I'm going to clean out the orange cup. I am going to mix up some resin and then I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, we're back. And yes, Clyde, what's the matter? Yeah, Mama give you loves? Okay. You can't come up here. No, you can't come up here. No, we don't have room for that. I'm dumping the rest of this black in here. Black luster gone. Yes, baby, I know, but you can't come up here. The cats are mad at me because I left yesterday to go get my infusion and they're not used to. It's the first time they've been left here by themselves. I mean, David was around, of course, because he works here, but he said they wouldn't come out from under the bed yesterday while I was gone. Which is typical. That, or at least, you know, Clyde wasn't crying, so. Clyde is my separation anxiety cat, and he does not like it when I am out of his sight. We're gonna do blue. This is called Silk Blue. I have a little bit of resin left in the cup over here, and I'm going to set that out of the way. Come on. Get down here. Okay. This is going to be for the rose jar. Let's see. Okay, let's start off with the rose. Way. Okay. Set that one back there. And now for the actual jar. Always squeeze around the sides. Make sure you're getting it in there. Okay. We are almost there. As a matter of fact, I'm going to scoot this over here so that I can top it off. Okay, so let me see how much that has. Quarter of an ounce in there, plus what I have in here. Yeah, that takes about 8 ounces. I'm gonna pour the rest into these two, and we're just gonna do some of these frames and maybe the small roses. Let's see what we can do with this. Okay. Set this out of the way. And let's do some stirring. Still looks like we have good color in the blue. And the black, well, we don't have a choice. Oh, I forgot to top off the pumpkin. Okay, here. Glad we had black left. I almost forgot to top off the pumpkin, guys. That might take the rest of our black. It's gonna take the rest of our black. I was supposed to do that first. Oh, glad I saw it sitting back here. So now we have blue left. Boy, did I get lucky. I almost forgot the pumpkin. Okay. We are down to blue, so let's do some blue frames. Okay. There we go. Let's put the black cup out of our way. There we go. Alright, let's... Okay, you're good. Okay. I'll do the big frame. I'll do this one first. Let's get all that out of the way. Okay. There's that one. Whoa. Getting a little happy there. Okay. Make sure we get it. Make sure we get it down in there. Stuck. I need a little stick under this one. So it looks as if. Now, which way is it flowing? I need a stick at the top, Laura, not at the bottom. Oh, but not that big one either. Let's see, maybe one of these are thinner. It's just a little bit. I'm working on top of my heat mat, but I also work on top of my J. Diction leveling table, and that is too much. And the leveling table is level. So you can get molds that are uneven, unlevel, not leveled out. My heat mat shouldn't be. Now it does have a buckle in the top up there, and that was because of the way it sat on my table and clean. So I know that I have to put a stick under it if I'm setting anything up there. I try not to. But this doesn't, these, I use a food heat mat, not a resin heat mat. And the reason I like my food heat mat is because I can control temperatures. This one has a 2-hour automatic shut off. But they're much thicker. They're not like those, I'm sure you guys have seen the heat mats, the resin heat mats that are on like Temu. And they're kind of plasticky. Those warped. That's the first one I had. Those warp horribly. You can use them a few times and all of a sudden you've got a warped heat mat. So I tested out a food heat mat. I was like, this was when I first started the Vine program. And I was like, I'll review this one, and I'm not going to use it as a heat mat. I'm going to use it as a resin heat mat, not a food heat mat. So I did, and now I have a supply of several because I don't want to be without one of these anymore. And this is still the original one that I tested. I bought newer ones, but I have not used any of the new ones yet. I just have a stockpile. Because I think these work way better. So I work on top of the J Diction leveling table because I have a smaller area than I did in Colleen. So I work on top of that. Then my food heat mat sits on top of that. And then I have this silicone mat on top of that. Okay, I think I got this. Alright. That's going to be good enough. Anything that's left is going to be knockoff. Yes, alcohol on my hands. And it doesn't dry out my skin or anything. I just make sure that I get, resin off my hands immediately because I know that I'm, working with not wearing gloves. Ooh, what do I have enough for? Looking in my drawer, what do I have enough for? Don't have any tiny trays, do I? No. So, let's do. Don't have enough for my gator. Alright, we're gonna do some INTORESIN molds. I should have enough left for this angelfish druzy mold. just pour the rest in these little roses. There's a couple new collabs that I'll be doing this, well, one this week and one the week after. I'm gonna join in on the Slay a Tray. And the Wet and Wild Wednesday. I'll still do Coasting Through the Week Wednesdays. I can manage that. So right now, the only days that I don't, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, unless there's a collab that happens to be on a Sunday, but, or a, Saturday, whatever, during the weekend, but those aren't all the time. Ooh, that one went over. This one, I can move some of that over to there. That overfilled. Okay, we'll make it work. So Tuesdays are Turtle Tortoise Tuesday. That is with Sheila from Reptiles and Resin, and with Glossy Bee. She also joins in pretty regularly on that one. And then we have a few others that have joined in since. We don't have like a playlist or anything for those because Sheila doesn't know how to do that, and neither do I. So so we just put it up with our hashtag or something like that, and then so that's Tuesday. Then Wednesday we're gonna have the Wet and Wild Wednesdays. I'm not sure if that's gonna be every week or what, but that's going to be anything to do with water. So we can do like octopus, axolotls, anything that's in the water. Let's do beach scenes, whatever we want to. Let's do some of these little frames. I'm running out of room here. I gotta move stuff around. Come on. Don't stick. There you go. Just move over a little bit. Sorry guys, I'm out of room, and this is going to be a good one because I'm trying to pour left-handed. I am definitely left-hand stupid, believe me. My left hand is ridiculous. glad I've never broken my right, because I'd be in trouble. Luckily, you know, I haven't broken any bones except for the damn ankle. And of course, that was on the side that I trust the most, you know, it was on my left. Because my right leg, my spinal, where the lupus has messed with my spine, is on the, mostly on the right side. So I don't trust my right leg at all. So it was really hard when I broke my left ankle. As a matter of fact, I wasn't supposed to be weight bearing, and well, guess what? We all know I tried to do it minimally, but yeah. But hey, I came out of it just fine. I didn't even need physical therapy, which everybody was completely shocked at because they had to reconstruct an ankle. But I say the reason I came out of that so well is because I didn't totally listen to them. That and the fact that when they put me in the cast, my foot was extremely swollen because they had to do the surgery with it swollen because it was an emergency. And then as my swelling went down, I was able to move my foot around in the cast. As a matter of fact, it was almost to the point where I could take my foot out of the cast. If I had another inch or so, I would have been able to. But I was moving it around in the cast. I was exercising it, making it go, you know, rotating my ankle in circles and all kinds of stuff. And I actually think that that's why I didn't need physical therapy, because I had the ability to move it while I was in the cast. And then when I went to the boot, he told me I didn't have to wear the boot unless I was going to go out walking. Well, I didn't go out walking because I can't do that without a walker or anything. So, you know, I didn't have my boot on hardly at all. I had it on to go to see him. That was about the extent of when I wore it. And I wasn't, you know, like walking on it all the time in my apartment. You guys know I lived in a studio. But so I was rolling around in my chair a lot. But like my chair and my walker didn't fit down the little hall to my bathroom. So I was walking on it. But, you know, everybody, including the doctor, the surgeon, he couldn't believe that I had full range of motion when I came out of the cast. I also attribute that to him. He's, you know, according to everything that I was told, he's like the surgeon this side of the Mississippi that you want to redo an ankle. So, you know, I think between the two factors, I came out of it pretty good. Alright, I still got a little left here. You're gonna have to move. INTORESIN water ripple pendant molds. Ooh, we're gonna have quite the demolding session. Ooh. Teeny tiny bit more. What can we do? What's this little one? I just pull out random. I have a drawer here. Ooh, I don't know if this one will work or not, but we're about to see. My top drawer over here on my right hand side is full of like extra molds, like extras, little bitty stuff. Stuff that takes very little resin to fill. Just a little bit more. Scrape the cup. It's amazing what you can scrape out of a cup for a mold. Okay. That's that one. This might be the spot that's a little hingy. Put a little dot of black back in there. I see bubbles rising to the top. It's okay. Alright guys, I'm going to clean up my mess, spray everything with alcohol, and I'll be back for the demold. Welcome back. We've got a lot to demold. Let's start. A little bit of resin there. Cured resin. Alright. Let's go. We'll start with the little water ripple pendant. It's an inchi resin mold. And there you go. That is with that silk blue. Silk blue. There's that one. This one right here. This is a cameo. It's all in color right now. It's hard to see, but it is a cameo mold. Again, it's all that silk blue that we had left over. Let's do some of these frames. There's the first one. There's another. This one has a little overpour. I'll have to get the deburring tool to that. And then this little one right here has roses around it. Okay. That over there. We had this one back here. And that's what that one looks like. These are all little roses, various sizes. There's one. This one had some overpour on it. That one. This is the other side of that overpour. These are good for a little embellishments. You don't have to buy your roses. You can make them any color you want. And the big one. There we go. Okay, let me put all of these. Actually, I'm gonna put them in a tray over here, along with some other random extras. So let's all those in there. It's where I put my extras until I decide what I'm doing with them. Here is this frame. Got to get that piece out of that corner, but there's the frame. Put that one over there. Here is the Druzy angelfish into resin. And the into resin turtle. Now, we'll do the pumpkin. This was black and orange. There's the lid. Now let's get the jar. Now this one, we don't see much orange on the outside here. I think our black overtook it. Oh, well, one side of it's orange. How's that? You can see some orange in the black, but there you go. And that's the little lid. Oh, this only fits on a certain way. You gotta line up the notch. There we go. There's a notch here and a notch on the inside right here. That's how it fits. Let's get this turned back. And you see none of the blue that was stained the mold came off on that. There are just certain colors that stain. Usually it's like reds, pinks. Obviously that, whatever color that blue was that I used. You see that in a few of my molds. Here is the rose jar. There's that rose. Now Get this one out. This one's not the easiest to demold because you got to get up over those petals. But it's not that bad. Just don't let it snap back down, otherwise you're starting all over again. There we go. And there is the jar part. Fits perfectly. I really like that black and blue. No bubbles as usual. That's the magic of Bond Crafter. Okay, now for the black and gold utensil holder, makeup brush holder, whatever you want it to be holder. Just gotta pull them up far enough to where you can unsuction, and I go and order the smallest one first. The next one over, and then you just got to peel it back and get that from in between, and then the back. There we go. There we go. And there is the black luster and sunny gold. Got a little bit of a pour right here. Just knock off stuff. There. Love my Gothic colors. Blacks. I love this black and blue. So, there you guys go. We have the pumpkin, the utensil holder, the rose jar, and all the little extras that we had over here. So, in the meantime, like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the things, hit that black bell for all notifications for future engagement, and don't forget about the discount codes in the description box below. There's a good one down there for Bond Crafter, 20%. Go to bondcrafter.com. Do not try and use it on Amazon. Bondcrafter.com, and we're going to be testing out their shipping time. They told me 5 to 7 days for delivery, and we will see how that works next week. I gotta wait till I get paid, then we're gonna buy all kinds of stuff off Bond Crafter. Yeah. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.